Hi guys! So today we're talking about informed consent. If you're with us at Ignited Minds, you know that I am a mad pride activist and that I am often posting different fun facts on medication and psychiatric meds and the mental health system and psychiatric wards and all that stuff. And so there's this reality that we don't know enough. And so all of my posting and my research and my activism and my support and so on and so forth isn't in the idea that, or for the cause that medication is bad or that you shouldn't be on it. I am absolutely an advocate for medication for those who it is necessary for. I am also absolutely an advocate for you doing what is necessary for you to live your best life. I think that medication is really only a choice that a single person can make themselves. And although I have a ton of opinions on the matter, and if we have that type of relationship, I'll share them with you. I do believe that the choice for or against medication is very much a personal decision. And so my activism isn't in support of my personal opinion or supporting a personal opinion in any way, shape, or form. The posts that I make, the research that I do, the information that I share isn't for you to lean one way or another, but to give you some insights into the truth behind some of this. And from there, you can make the decision that is right. And so the reason that this is so important to me, and we see it with every single commercial that's out there, we are advertising a pill or a patch or an implant, and the couples are happy and they're walking together and they're dancing or on a boat and life is good, and there is about 10 seconds and a couple little verbiage blurbs on what the pill does and how it will help you. And then there is good 30 seconds of really fast talking on the symptoms and the side effects of the medication. And then there's that teeny tiny little writing down at the bottom that gives all the statistics and the what you should and should not take and what could really happen. And some of these commercials, I don't know if you do this, but my husband and I do. Some of these commercials are so outrageous because the advertisement for the medication itself is so short and promises such amazing things. But when you listen to the words or read the fine print, the adverse effects are often so much worse than the problem itself. And I think this is pretty commonly known. Most antidepressants, one of their major symptoms is suicidal thoughts and ideations, which is kind of strange, if you ask me. I would see migraines or something like that, but I feel like if we're fixing one problem, we shouldn't be creating the same problem, right? But this is really common. And so when it comes to whether it's Viagra or blood pressure medication or any of those things, we see these commercials and we know the risks, right? Because we're informed they gotta do it, right? They have to put that fine print. We're informed of the risks of these medications, and we can choose to do them, and we can choose to look at our own research, or we can ask a doctor, hey, how common is heart attack or liver failure or yada yada. We can ask, but we at least go in to these things with a little bit of information, a little bit of clue into what we're putting in our bodies. So, we don't have that same choice when it comes to psychiatric drugs. I really feel that this is a misgap. Those aren't things that are often advertised on TV because it's not things that most people want to talk about, right? But when it comes to psychiatric drugs, the informed information, the truth, the fine print is very often not there. Now, obviously, it's your responsibility if you get the prescription bottle that you look at that long list that we all usually throw in the trash. But just on an everyday basis, the risks are not highlighted. It's this will help, or you need this because you're crazy. And if you don't take this, it's gonna get worse and we're gonna lock you up, right? If you've already been hospitalized, you already know that the choice of whether or not to take these drugs has already been ripped from you because you've lost your ability or mental status or claim to consent or not, right? And so the information that I share in this journey is not pro or anti-medication, but it's simply the fine print at the bottom of the TV screen. It's simply that super duper fast talking that isn't often available when it comes to psychiatric drugs. It's not my opinion, it's not biased, it's not me screaming at the rooftop how shitty psychiatric drugs are. It's me providing you the information so that you can make a decision that you feel comfortable with, rather than making a decision without any information, experiencing symptoms or not, and feeling like this is necessary, feeling like this is a must, feeling like this is your only solution, feeling like this is going to make it all better, that this is the safest route. Now, I know many people in Ignited Minds and that I'm in relationships with are very grateful to their medication. They believe that it's something that they absolutely need in their lives, and they are very grateful for them. And although that may not be my specific opinion, it's also not my body or my mind to have any say or any weight in the matter. But I want you to know that if you are making these decisions of whether or not to get on psychiatric meds, of whether or not to take that antidepressant or that anti-anxiety, of whether or not to commit yourself to these institutions, to be following and listening and breathing every word that your psychiatric doctor or therapist says, I want you to have the information behind that, so that when you are talking to them, when you are basing decisions off these, when you are in this world, you are going in with as much knowledge as you can. And so that the bottom line of this is so that you can have informed consent, that you're not consenting to something you don't understand, that when you consent, you are informed. I'm not pro or anti-med in any of my posts themselves, but I am pro informed consent. I am pro you understanding the goods and the bads, you understanding the risks. I am pro you hearing that super fast talking and seeing that fine little writing at the bottom of the TV screen. And I think it's really important because advertisement is there for a reason, and they get away with a lot because of these fine lines, because it comes out in the prescription bottle. And just as an example to show how kind of crazy this world is, there's a recent commercial on Toyota and Honda and Chevy. And as he's going through, he's tricking the clients, the guests, the people, into believing that Toyota is the highest ranked, and then Honda, and finally ending saying that Chevy is the most reliable, highest rated vehicle in the nation. And these people are blown away. And you watching the commercial, you're pretty surprised because you're like, that's not what I heard. But when you read the fine print at the bottom of the TV screen, it says that this research is based off of one single model that was made in 2005. So this is the non-informed consent that you're getting when you take medication, that you're getting when you only get one opinion, that you're getting when all your information is coming from the same place. From it being the highest rated in the nation to one model of brand from 13 years ago. This is why I am pro-informed consent, because I don't think anybody should buy a Chevy thinking it is the highest in the nation, only to find out years later that it was based off of a 13-year-old study and that it wasn't even the same brand or model, make, whatever. So I hope that puts a little bit of perspective on my cause and my reasoning. It isn't so much to spread controversy or to say that I'm anti-med, but it is truly for you to be informed, to consent with the information so that you know what you're getting into and that you can be confident in that decision either way. That's all I have for this thought for today.